Guys, we have a bit of a public service announcement here. Hopefully you're watching this before you watch Thor, because we just want to let you know, please, do not get too stiff for this film.
Yeah. Get stiff,
but not too stiff.
Exactly.
Don't be too overhyped.
Precisely.
And PJ mentioned it earlier as well, because what happens? What happens when you get too stiff for a film?
We all know what happens when you get too stiff. It hurts.
It hurts,
You know
man.
what I mean?
You start chafing, it's uncomfortable.
You wake up in the morning, you've got that stave, and you're like, flip, man, shit, now I still have to go and try and piss. It's
And you gotta
ridiculous. You gotta try and negotiate, and you may as well start like getting the toilet paper ready, because you're gonna
piss everywhere.
everywhere else, you know what I mean?
Hey, I'm Matt,
And I'm Peach,
and welcome to that movie review.
aka TMR. Where exactly Thor Ragnarok picks up is a little bit hard to say. So much has transpired in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that despite its cohesion, it's kind of tough keeping up.
As an audience member, you sort of dropped in the middle of something. You're kind of forced to hit the ground running. But eventually the film, or the plot at least, does reveal itself.
Thor Ragnarok is 2017's most anticipated superhero movie next to the Justice League, and it's very different to its two predecessors.
Thor 1 was good, I believe, and it was quite balanced. And we've got Kenneth Branagh, I think that was, is that, did I say that right? Branagh? Yeah, to thank for that. And then we've got Thor 2, which I think in everyone's opinion was a little too dark and a little too bleak. So I guess it's understandable that they took a completely 180-degree turn with Ragnarok.
This is a very different Thor movie and a very different Marvel movie. In fact, it's nothing like you've ever seen in this genre of film. But before you get too stiff, there are a couple of reservations that myself and Matthew would like to discuss with you.
The tone of Ragnarok is unlike anything that has ever been done in these films before. It's very different, and I mean it's been billed as a action adventure comedy, but I think the emphasis is on comedy.
It's a risk, and it doesn't pay off completely. There are going to be those who think that this film is really good, and there will be others who will say it's decent. Worry not though, boys and girls, this isn't a cult film.
Due to its dramatic shift in tone, Thor Ragnarok struggles to have itself take it seriously. There's actually a sort of like a transition period that you need to go through before you actually start enjoying this film.
Once you've gone through this process, in other words, once you accept the fact that this film is a comedy, you will start to enjoy this movie a lot more. And trust me, boys and girls, there's lots to enjoy.
Ragnarok is a wild ride. It really is. And it's a wild ride peppered with a lot of laughs and a lot of action. I mean, this film really just wants you to kick back and enjoy the ride.
The problem with placing the focus on comedy is that the stakes then become low. Suddenly the violence and the action kind of loses its impact. And along with it, so do the challenges and consequences faced by the characters.
Yeah, I was actually surprised at how much I didn't give a shit about what was going on the screen. Not to say what was going on the screen wasn't the fuck, I was like,
It was inconsequential.
okay.
The production design is incredible, and it's a very good mesh of CG and practical effects. This film is also very psychedelic and backed by a fitting soundtrack. Boys and girls, I cannot stress this enough. There is no need to drop LSD before this movie.
As the villain, Kate Blanchett is just like a hot force of nature, man. Yeah. And she chews up every single scene she's in, and not just by like her dialogue, but just like her sheer presence and her embodiment of the character. I must say though, she does fall into the long line of forgetful Marvel villains.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you gonna do?
Jeff Goldblum is also in this film, and he's witty, dry, quirky, offbeat, and thus his character fits in very perfectly with the comedic tone that is established early on in the film.
So the two of them, they were the so-called villains, I guess, of the film. But I think the driving force behind Thor Ragnarok is obviously Thor and Hulk.
Yeah.
Above all, this is a buddy sort of comedy movie, and in that regard, it's absolutely brilliant.
I absolutely agree, Matthew. The chemistry between Hulk and Thor is just fantastic. And Mark Ruffalo proves once again why he is the best Hulk. Why he's definitely the best one to date. And on top of that, what also makes it appealing is the fact that the filmmakers give us equal doses of both Banner and Hulk.
Absolutely, and I think he's a good. Like you say, he's the best Hulk, but I think he's the best producer as well.
Yeah.
He's cut funny. It's that moment, like, I don't know. When you first see Bannerman and how he reacts to the situation, he's cock funny, man, bro. We can ourselves. It's very realistic and it's very cool. And the way Ruffalo brought it across, cock funny.
I mean, it's well executed.
Yeah.
You can totally understand why Banner is behaving the way he is. Like he's like a fish out of water, basically.
As Thor, Chris Hemsworth owns the role. I mean, he's obviously the reason the plot progresses, and this being a comedy, his comedic timing is on point. He also puts the entire male population to shame with his chiseled body. I believe he put in a lot of weight and muscle in this role.
You can see that, man.
No, he looks fine. He looks really good.
Looks amazing.
We obviously have Tom Hiddleston back as Loki, catching on the cuck that he always catches on, and the lovely, the absolutely beautiful, the gorgeous Tessa Thompson playing Valkyrie in this film. So yeah, it's a great cast for a great film.
Returning cast members include Anthony Hopkins as Odin and Idris Elba as Heimdall, and a new addition is Carl Urban, who is okay, but makes a somewhat low level impact.
Very lukewarm.
Yeah.
PJ, it's the time to give it a score.
Brilliant.
Please, you go first, please.
Thank you, Matthew. Thor Ragnarok might struggle tonally, and it's not the most life-threatening of the Marvel films that we've seen, but the chemistry is fantastic, and the buddy comedy between Hulk and Thor more than enough makes up for reasons to go and see this film. I'm giving it 8 out of 10.
It's very rare that PJ and I wholeheartedly agree about certain things. We differ here and there, but I think we're on the level with this film. It really is. Everything, for all the reasons PJ just mentioned now and more, go watch Thor Ragnarok. But like we said in the intro, please don't get too stiff for this film. I actually think I was way too stiff for this.
I was way too stiff too.
Way too stiff.
Very, very stiff for this movie.
Extremely. I was expecting to make
ridiculously stiff.
Exactly. I was ridiculously stiff.
I think that's why I'm not so stiff for Justice League now. This film actually made my outer
wane a bit for Justice League. It's funny. I'm busy rising.
I know.
And rising for Justice League more and more each day.
Learned your lesson from Thor Ragnarok. Yeah.
So for that very reason, I will give Thor Ragnarok 8 out of 10.
So that's it this week for that movie review. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Don't be so, man.